All right, so I bought an A7 IV, A7R V, or a A7S III, and you're trying to find a cage for it. Well, this is the SmallRig Cage, and I'm gonna be honest, I've had this for about a year now, and I really enjoy using it. You see, there's a lot of great things about having a cage. The sturdiness, it just has that extra sense of peace in case you drop it, because it's just this metal thing around your cage, and it just makes you look cool while you're out shooting, right? You feel like, oh, I've got a cage set up, I've got a monitor, I've got all this, I've got my rig together. You feel a little fancier. You feel like you can charge a little more because people are gonna see you show up with something rigged out like this, throw a mic on there, whatever, and they're gonna be like, this guy knows what he's doing. But also it's a cage, so there's nothing really pretty about it, right? There's no autofocus test, there's no nothing like that. There's just, this is what it is, this is what you can rig it out to be. You can obviously make it look a lot cooler than what I have, but I'm a simple person and I have a simple setup. But let me tell you a few things that I love about it and a few things that I find could be better. So we'll talk about the side handle first, because that is a really neat little thing. Look, you have an area up here where you can put a mic, and you have a couple screw holes if you need it. And then we'll go to the bottom part right here, and look at that. There's an Allen key hidden down there in case you need it. But inside right here, you see how that went up? You can actually change where it's gonna be at. So if you need to have it up higher a little more or down lower, you can do that by taking that Allen key out that we talked about and just tightening those little threads that are inside right there. And this right here, this is the portion that actually connects to the side of the cage. So you're actually gonna have to take that and tighten it into these screw threads right here. Now, just so you are aware, you can twist it with your fingers, but you're definitely gonna wanna take out that Allen key, because if you don't take out that Allen key, it's gonna start being very wobbly after a couple minutes of use. So make sure you use that Allen key to tighten it. If you don't want that side handle, this is what you can get. You can just get something simple and sturdy like this. You see how clean that looks, especially on the Sony. The black matches the black. It just looks fantastic. This right here is kind of like a cable tie in a way. So you can actually run your cable through there, tighten this up, and it'll kind of keep your cable in place if you use an HDMI cable. Now, the thing to note is that you're gonna have to get this area right here, the cover for that HDMI, out of the way before you put this on there. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to get it back out of the way. You're gonna have to unscrew this again after you put it on there. And then, you see that? See how I closed that up? You're gonna have to have this out of the way and then pull down on your HDMI area right here. Pull down on that HDMI area right there, and then push it back into place and then tighten it. So, nothing that's a big deal, but it does kind of become a little bit of a pain. You don't even really need this, in my opinion. I never use it. It's one of those things that came with it, but I just find it's easier just to not have it on there. If the cable comes undone, well, I have it connected to my monitor, so I will be able to notice that. Now, I also don't record from my monitor, so it could be me. So just remember, if you're recording from your monitor, it might be one thing to have it on there and actually need it. You see that top handle? You have all of those screw threads right there. That is gonna come in handy for whatever you need. Plus, you have this area here and this area right down here. So you can actually have your monitor at either side. And then, look, front part, you have another one right there, right? You've got another screw thread right there, a bigger one if you need it. Here's another area for an Allen key. Now, they sent a silver one. I kind of wish it was black because it would match better, but it's nothing that you can't just get an Allen key yourself and throw a black one in there that it won't fit. But this comes in handy because this right here, this silver part, is how you tighten it. You're gonna have to find that hole right there and throw your Allen key in there like that, and then twist it to undo it or twist it to tighten it. Now, here's the thing. It's just like the other one, you're gonna wanna use this Allen key to tighten it, otherwise it will become a little loose. So make sure you're using that Allen key, but it's very nice and very convenient. It's a nice little thing they throw in here so that way you don't have to always remember having an Allen key, it's just automatically in there. And on this top part right here, on this front one, there's also this little button that kind of locks, so whatever you have on, but if you have one that might be a little too long because that top handle's there, it could get in the way. Just keep that in mind. You might not be able to use the top handle with your mic or with something that you're gonna have in that hot shoe. I'm not gonna do that on purpose, but I got you. It's just a nice little piece of gear on there just to give you that peace of mind if you're outside shooting and you accidentally drop it, or oh no, it fell off my tripod, I don't know. But it can come in handy because it's going to protect your gear. Now, if we look at the bottom portion right here, there's a couple fun things to look at. So right here, we actually have a key that comes with it that's magnetic, so it actually slides right in there. But what this is good for is this portion right here, because you can take this area, and that's actually where you tighten it or untighten it. Screw it, unscrew it, whatever you want to say. But you can see that's what that's for. It goes in here, so that way you can actually tighten this whole cage to your camera, right? Because it's going to go in that 1/4" screw thread on the bottom of your camera. So that is a nice little convenient thing. Plus it's magnetic, so it slides right in there if you get it right. And look, now we don't even have to worry about it. It's just going to stay right there. And this part down here is cool too, because you don't have to worry about your bottom area for your batteries coming undone, because if you accidentally hit it, it won't open. It'll kind of slightly open and you can feel it, but it's not going to open the whole way, because you actually have to go right here to this area, slide that open, and then you can get your battery out. It's just a nice little thing to have on there, so that way you don't have to worry about anything accidentally bumping that and your battery's accidentally just falling out of your camera. So go to the side, we have a couple 1/4" if you want to get another handle, or a 3/8 of an inch screw hole side if you need to. And then go to the top, that's where everything else is. That's where you're going to put your handle, and you have all those different thread sizes if you need it. We go to the other side and it's the same thing, just a couple 1/4" screw threads on there. Now, great cage, great cage. The one thing I do not like. The issue is when it comes to bigger lenses like this 24-70. Now, if I have it on here and it's already on and I throw that on there, it's no big deal, right? I can switch between lenses all the time. No issues whatsoever. But if I have it set up just normal and I have the 35mm on here, something like that, and I throw it on there, you know, and I'm like, oh crap, I wanted to put the cage on there. Well, the thing is, you can do that no problem. You can absolutely do that, zero problem. A lot of you probably have this Sigma 24-70, and if you have it on your camera, right, always almost on my camera, here's the issue. This will not fit on over top of it. So if you're out somewhere and you have to put your cage on because you forgot or whatever it might be, or you thought you needed it and then you decided not to use it for whatever reason that may be, you're gonna actually have to take your lens off and then put the cage on, then do your lens again. Not that it's a big deal, but I've had to do this multiple times, and sometimes it just becomes a hassle having to take the lens off. Versus if you're using like a smaller prime or something like that, you can absolutely have this on here, throw it on your camera, tighten it up, throw your cage on there, and there is zero problems with it. And I love using this cage when I'm recording because I have a top handle and I can use the monitor so I can see myself when I'm talking. And then I like having my mic on as well, but I can't have that just on the hot shoe because I put my mic on the hot shoe because I use the DJI 2 mics, so the audio internally records onto the camera. So I have to have this on there, but if I don't have it on there, then I gotta basically take everything off and then redo it. Now, it's not a big deal, but it's one of those little tiny things that I've noticed. It happens. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. This wasn't gonna be a very detailed or very in-depth video. It's just gonna be something fun that came to mind because I have a lot of friends that buy cameras and they always wanna rig them out and get cages. And if my friends are doing that, I'm sure you're doing the same thing. And cages are fun to have, they're cheap, and you gotta have this cool rigged out whole thing that you gotta carry around and feel fancy with, and that's kind of fun. If you've got any questions or concerns, drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, God bless. I'll see y'all in the next one. So just note, you still can run your mic here and have your monitor here. It might feel a little closer to you. I prefer it being up here and not like right in my face. I just like that little bit of distance, but you can absolutely run it down here. Or if you're using something with the hot shoe right here, just note, because of this top handle and where this top handle is at, if you're using a certain type of mic, it might not be able to be in that hot shoe. So you're gonna have to find a different place. You could easily put it on the side right here. If you're looking, we have an area right here you could use and slide it in there. Or you can absolutely do it on this side as well, because there's this little area right there. You could use that area for your mic or for whatever you're gonna use, or maybe you have like the DJI 2 mics, you can absolutely slide the receiver in there and then run it over here. Or if you have the DJI 2 mics with the adapter will fit in here and it'll be fine if you're using the audio like I am right now.